Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. Today, this Friday evening, we will be studying the Bhagavad Gita. Usually, the devotees of the Naperville, the Vedanta Study Circle Naperville, they organize it. Now still the time has not come, the people are not coming to attend in person in that big number, so we have decided once again to give this online class. So let us begin it, and thank you for joining us. And as the Bhagavad Gita, we read from the Gita Dhyana, the first the mantra and the last mantra of the Gita Dhyana. The fifth mantra. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadeshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsacharnuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Gurum. The Krishna, the Jagat Guru. But Krishna actually Vishnu. The Vishnu, Bhagavan Vishnu, he is taking different form at different time. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, he who was Rama, who was Krishna has become Sri Ramakrishna at this time. So the Bhagavan Vishnu, who is all-pervading consciousness, about whom we read in the Bhagavata, he is taking different forms and becoming the avatara. He is as if coming down, avatarana, it is coming down. Coming down to which plane? To the human plane. And he is taking the human form. To why? To guide us. Where? Liberation. So Hinduism talk about the liberation. And other two also, that the Buddhism and the Jainism, they also talk about the nirvana, the liberation, mukti. So the Swarga, there's a heaven conception, is also there in the Hinduism, but still they think after reaching that heaven, we have to come back. Because it is achieving, it is getting something. The moment we are achieving something by performing something, so obviously is a time limit will be there. So when we are going to Swarga by performing very good work, we will get a long, long life and enjoyment, of course. But still it is limited. Maybe a kalpa, maybe a huge long time comparing with the human counting, but still it will end, and then again you have to come back. So the Hindus, they thought, no, it is not Swarga. Swarga, that all the bhoga. In the Kathopanishad we find that Nachiketa is talking with the Yamaraja. In the second boon he is asking how to go to Swarga. Why Swarga? Because all people, the living in the Swarga, in the heaven, they are modate Swarga loke. They are enjoying. Why? There is no death. The death means it is temporary. When the human being, 100 years, 120 years maximum, and then again he is dying, he has to take another birth. But in Swarga, it will be a long time. But still there is an end. But Nachiketa is asking for the ordinary peoples, other people who cannot think about going over. And why these other religions, they always talk about the heaven. Why? Because they were not. If you compare when the creation of the religion, the philosophy, the thought, the place and the economical, social, political situation of that time, of the place, you will find that they were tortured and oppressed by other people. Those people, they wanted to get some respite from that, so they thought about the heaven. But in Hinduism, that developed in India, and Buddhism, Jainism in the India peninsula. So obviously, there was a lot of things to enjoy, the comfortable life. They had a lot of money, everything was there, all comfort was there. So what are we going to get in the heaven? But more. We don't need. So some people, they are going over there, but some people are thinking, no, it is not. So again in the Upanishad we find it says, Nakasya prishthate sukrite anubhutve imam lokam hinataram bhavishanti. Nakasya means your desired place, the Swarga. So you have done something good. As a result, you go to a place where you all enjoy, but that is also limited. The time is limited. You have to come down. And you have to come down to this place again. Again you have to work. Again you have to eradicate. Friends, the 15th chapter that we are studying now, there we learn the same thing. So where from we have come? From the Supreme Lord. So who is the Creator? The Supreme Being, all-pervading consciousness. So obviously, all those things are also there present, all those qualities, all those properties of the Supreme Being, because He has created us. How? He imagined. That is the Vedantic way they explain. So naturally, what should be the goal? We have to go back. Why? Otherwise we are suffering. We are thinking we are suffering. We enjoy a little some time and then we suffer. And look at around all these, the people, they are always thinking about the body. That there are some, all constantly, the people they are going on doing, the rich people, they are always going to enjoy. They are going to this place, they are going to that place. What they will do? Swimming pool. And what type of swimming pool? And the scented water. Okay, the warm water, the cool water, that much. Then what else? And they are spraying on the body, they are changing the clothes, and some people, just to get the attraction, they are constantly changing. All those things are going on. Why? A little joy. And what type of joy? And afterwards, when you go back to your room, again you are back to square one. Just some people will look at you, some people will talk about you, some people will publish your photo in the magazine and the newspaper, some people will clap or throw the tomatoes and the eggs. So all these things are going on and we are excited. One day we die, then what happened? Again we come back to this. So it goes on and on and on. So the God take the human form to guide us. You fools, why you are doing like this? I have created this only for enjoyment. What type of enjoyment? This little thing, then experience it, know from it, give it up, and come to the greater eternal joy, bliss. That should be the goal. In the 15th chapter, it begins, as we have already read, Urdha Moolam Adhashwakam. The moola, the root, where? It is a tree, suppose it is a tree. Then where is the root? In the top. Why? Because the Supreme Being is creating. We have to keep this in mind because we are studying the Vedanta. The Bhagavad Gita is a gist of the Vedanta. The Urdha Moolam Adhaswakam Asyattham Prahurabhayam. It is eternal. then giving a name of Ashwatha, a tree. So like that, the root is up and then the branches are coming, the fruits and all that, all these things are going on. And what are those branches and the leaves? All our karma phala. We are going on doing different type of things, physically, mentally, and through words. When you are hurting someone through words, criticizing some people, telling lies to get some profit, some benefit, what will happen? You go on telling the lies and you get the benefit by that time, and afterwards everything goes away. People will go on telling you, oh, he was a liar, he's a great liar. He told the false thing 100 times. So this is the way. Then what is the life? So the Lord himself is telling, no, you understand this. And it comes to this on the 5th verse. Up to 4th we studied. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nibartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yata pravritti prasita purani. If you read word for like this, those who are interested to learn this, and every time I do, so if you are following the Bhagavad Gita class in the YouTube, right from the chapter 1, introduction, Parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nibartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yata pravritti prasita purani. It goes on 3rd and 4th together. Na rupamasseha tatopalabhyate nanto na chardi na cha sampratishta ashvattamenam shubhirudamulam ashanga shastrena didhena chitva. This we already explained. Now the 4th one we will just touch and then go. Then what we have to search? Parimargitavyam. Parimargitavyam means we have to search. Now the Lord himself created this universe, and he has created the human being. And human being he has given a wonderful gift, and that is his intellect, that is his head. That head is the symbol of the power of human being. The animals are having physical strength. The birds and all other things are having different type of qualities. But the human is having the excellent gift from the God. That is his or her discriminative faculty. They can understand, they can judge, they can discriminate, they can decide. That is the unique thing. And that's why they are controlling the whole nature now. They are the master of the whole, this phenomena, this created world. Human being, physically very weak comparing with the others. So, but they are now why utilizing this? But they have utilized mostly for the outside. So our science has developed, the technology developed. But the rishis of the old day gave the stress on the another knowledge, that is called the spiritual knowledge. So they bifurcated in the knowledge in 2 parts, 2 branches. One is external, another internal. Paracha eva aparacha in Sanskrit. So external and internal. Now what we are studying? Internal science. And what is this internal science? The creator, creation, and the relation between the creator and the creation. Who is the creator? All pervading supreme consciousness. We call it supreme being, sometimes as Brahman or Chaitanya or Atman, Paramatman. Now, how he has created? Out of his own. So obviously, we are having all the potentialities of that supreme being. So why we are suffering? Supreme being never suffers. Then why we are suffering? Because of attachment to these worldly things. So from here our journey goes inward. And it says in that 4th, it says you have to search. The journey begins. You have to search what? Parimargitabhyam. We have to search what? Tata padam tat. That means that highest goal. Tata padam tat. Padam, they say that Tata Padam means that particular goal. Padam is the goal. Padam literally means the feet of the Great One. In a devotional way, in the dualistic way, okay. But otherwise it is the goal. And what is the goal? What we are going to search? The goal, supreme goal. Why? We will get liberation. What searching? Goal, supreme goal. Why? For the liberation, supreme liberation. Na nibartanti bhuyaha. What is that goal? From where we are not going to come back. Friends, those who like to enjoy the life, you need not to read this. You need not to study this. You need not to listen to this. But those who have already experienced the futility of this life, and they are Gyanis. They have already understood. Sometimes they have experienced in their own life. Sometimes they have observed the lives of others and learned from there. Sometimes they have heard from the Guru and the scripture. From there they have realized. So that way intellectually they are very sharp and they have understood the futility of the life, the temporariness of the life, and more suffering than enjoyment. So they started searching the goal, and the goal is that particular place from where we are not coming back. The nibartanti bhuya, but how? Again I say, asanga shastrena direna chitva. What is the asanga shastra? Very nicely, in a poetical way they are explaining. What is that weapon? It says detachment. The weapon is detachment. Asanga shastrena direna. And very firmly, chitva, detaching yourself. From what? We will come to that in the next verse. The God will say that these are the things you are completely attached. But that is not actually true. Unnecessarily, you are thinking, oh, we will go to that vairagya. The vairagya, that is vairagya means giving up. Viraga, vichara. I understood this is so temporary. Now mentally I am preparing myself that these are all temporary things. My father has father. Fathers had another father. All they are dying, they are going away. So the great-great-grandfather and the grandmother, they passed away, then the next, then the next. This is the repetition of the same thing. We are all going to die. Friends, those who have read the biography of the Gautama Buddha, when he was Gautama, a prince, he was understanding in this way the temporariness. Now this physical body, the beautiful, strong physical body, but one day it will become so old, even you won't like it. That is everyone they will go to that. So whether I like it or not, love it or not, accept it or not, it is going to happen. So this is the truth. So each and everything going on changing, if that is that, then why not withdraw the mind from the temporary things? What I want eternal bliss, joy, happiness. And I am thinking that some people will clap and they will write something, oh, you are so great, oh, you are so good, and my ego is popped up, and then I am happy. Temporary happiness. Somebody else again will send, nowadays they even don't write, they send the symbols. First time they will be showing like this, oh, it is great. And then other people will show like this, oh, you are useless. So, in that way, if we are constantly thinking, just somebody showed like this and I am elated, somebody showed like the thumbs down and I am all dejected, am I just a toy, just jumping in the hand of those people? No. So that is the uniqueness of the scripture, and particularly Bhagavad Gita. Very specific, very to the point. And it says, you have to cut shastrena didhena chitva. And then what we will do with the acts of that, we will go and the pravritti, purani, life after life. Life after life, we are doing the same thing, we are collecting information and we are putting it into the mind and keeping those things over there, and then next life, then the next life, then the next life, same thing going on. How many times and say, enough, I am not going to follow the same thing again. And that is called sannyasi. The moment they are stepping out of the flow, that is called sannyasi. The sannyasa means giving up. What they are giving up? The emotion and attachment. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya brinibritta kamaha dvandair vimukta sukha dukkha sangai gacchanta mudha padam abbayam tat. Padam abbayam tat. What is the goal? That padam, the goal, abbaya. Abbaya means eternal. So we are not going to heaven. Why? Because heaven is a place, heaven is a condition, what we are achieving. Where we are going? Eternally we are going to be liberated from the circle of birth and death. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, and all this, we take the birth, then the disease, then all the 6 changes in the body. All the students of the Vedanta, they know the 6 changes. We are going to go out of that. And when we are going to go out of that, and what will happen? We are going to that place from where we came. And what is that? The place. That is eternal joy, the bliss. The Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavan Sri Krishna will try to give us an idea about the place. So the decision is ours. Do we like to go on the top of the wave and then again going down under the water and again going up on the top of the wave? If we like it, it is not for you. You are suffering, you are taking birth, and then sometime you are a king, sometime you are the beggar, sometime you are a thief, sometime you are this. Sukriti anubhuti, sukriti. Sukriti, all the good deeds. Whatever, action, reaction. If you do the bad, so the bad result, the good, good result. And accumulating all good result, what will happen? We will go to heaven. And after the heaven, when all the good are done, again you have to go back to the same. And the Upanishad Rishi, they say, you do not know where you are going to go. Because all your bad karmas then will drag you either in this loka or maybe in the down, that means other place, other lives. That is terrible. That is Vedanta. They give very vivid picture. And after that, the decision. And the decision, nirmana moha, jita, shanga dosha, these 2 only. Who is going to do? Me, myself. Because no one can help me. So decision is mine. What is the decision? I am going to be liberated. From where I am going to get the liberation? From the bondage of birth and death. Why? Because it is temporary, because it is constantly suffering. Most of the time it is suffering. 10 months I am in the womb of a mother. Oh my God. And all this, just close your eyes and imagine. Some people are so fascinated. Oh, this is life and a child and all that. Just close your eyes and imagine and think in that way. Enough, my God, I am not going to take birth once again. It's terrible. And all those filth, I am floating on that, and somebody will come and clean me, and that way it goes on and on. enough it is. For them, they say nirmana moha. What is that moha? Delusion. What is the delusion? Some people that think of the marriage, this, that, and the newspaper also will go on giving all the importance of the marriage. Somebody married this, somebody killed because they were having love, and other people are also encouraged. Other young people are thinking, oh, I will also have a love, and then if the love affair break, then I will go and kill, I am a hero, my picture will be in the all this newspaper are doing the mistake by giving, they like to sell it, I don't know what type of sell, but again and again the wrong things they are repeating, and that is encouraging the undeveloped minds of the young people. They don't understand. And the nature provoking them to be behaving like that, just like animals. Animals behave like that, instinct. We are human beings. Our main thing is to control. If we don't learn to control, then we are not human beings. We look like, but we are not. So Swami Vivekananda said that he is a man who is fighting with his nature, external and internal. We have to fight with the nature. My internal nature will constantly say you have to react, you have to, but then I should say no. So how it is possible? Jita Sangha Dosha. Jita means conquering. Sangha Dosha, what is the Sangha? Thinking about that, reading about that, knowing about that. And then the young friends, they will show, see, this is the picture, somebody is doing this, somebody is doing that. What is there? And this filthy body. And so many filth in that, and they are showing the body, that same thing. I am mohagrastha, I am deluded. And because of this delusion, look at the history. Each and every one is under that spell. So one should be very careful. And that's the first match, the Rishi Kardama and the Devahuti, the daughter of the Manu, Swayambhu Manu. That first marriage, who was the Kardama? He practiced meditation, withdraw the mind. Then the Lord said, I like to become your son because I have to give the philosophy. Tomorrow I am going to give the class in the Hindu temple, Lemont. Why? Because he has to develop the philosophy. He will be the Kapila. So the Lord wanted to choose a perfect person as his father and mother. So the Rishi Kardama, no desire. But the God said, no, let us begin the birth of the human being. That was the first human marriage recorded in the Bhagavata of that great Rishi. So he developed the philosophy, Samkhya, Kapila Muni. So that way, but look at the father and the mother. They were not having, of course they gave the birth, but how? Pure mind. The Swami Vivekananda said, when a child is born through prayer, that is called Arya. Arya means that cultured one. That is human being, controlled, self-controlled, and otherwise good looking, very smart, and very handsome or beautiful, that whole thing. But what is the desire? You behave like any other being. So how can you call yourself a human being? So we are teaching all the Bhagavad Gita and others is for the human being. That means those who can control their desires, they're having that capacity and then they are learning it. We have to detach ourselves from the Sangha. It said Nirmana Moha. What is the Moha? What is the delusion? Delusion means thinking a nasty, temporary thing as a beauty, permanent thing. That is Moha. We see the nasty thing, ugly thing. But now, when I look at that, I think, oh, so beautiful. Second, it is a completely temporary. But we think it is going to be the permanent. I am going to enjoy it permanently in this life. That is called moha. Though around me everybody is dying, all are passing, but still I go on thinking. That is called moha. Delusion, deluded person. They can't imagine what is going to happen. The person who is going to reach to the ultimate goal and going to become the eternal joy, that he has to give up. Nirmana, moha. Then jita, sanga dosha. Dosha, all the faults because of the sanga, association. Because of the association, all these things are happening. Some people are going on writing books and going on suggesting that you should society develop a culture. Then that is for a long period. They give the rules and regulations in the society. A brother should behave like this with a sister, and the husband and wife, and these and that, all these relations, because you are living together. And in the Prakriti, in the nature it is there, but you have to control, you have to learn, and you have to grow as a human society. Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra, why he killed that Bali? Because of that. No, you should not behave like that. You are a king. You should be just. You should behave like this. Slowly the human society is coming up. All the rishis are supporting the Sri Ramachandra, Marjada Purushottama. Sri Ramachandra never said, go and meditate. Did he say in the Ramayana? Never. He was giving us the idea that you have to behave like this. Relation between the friends and the brothers and these and that. Slowly, the human relation. And then afterwards came Bhagavan Krishna, after Sri Rama. He is telling this. Well, enough of that. Now all those things are temporary. Have you understood or not? Then if you have understood it, then you must detach yourself. All those are mohas, the delusion. So jita sanga dosha, adhyatma nitya brinibritta kama, ever dwelling in the self, adhyatma nitya. Now I am giving the worldly objects. Okay. Going beyond the mind is the ultimate. But right this moment, hearing the Bhagavad Gita, I understood, and then from my experience also, I have decided that these all temporary things, I have to withdraw my mind from all this. Well, now where I am going to keep my mind? So immediately the God said that self is there, keep your mind on that. Ma Sharadamani Devi, I always say, she also said, and that is called tapasya. Your mind automatically will drag it, because prasita purani, it is eternally, the temptation is there. You have practiced this for such a long time. Sometimes some people will be calling, Swamiji, I cannot control my mind, this is happening, that is happening. That is because it is not this life. In this life you have started withdrawing. But so many lives, after lives we have lived, that was there. So naturally the tendency is like that. We have to slowly control. Only the main thing is awareness. Where I will keep the mind? Ma Sharadamani Devi suggested, Tapasya or ki Baba. What do you talk about this? The austerity, spiritual austerity. It is nothing but keeping the mind at the feet of God. God, she said. That means you are constantly taking the name of God, thinking about the God, reading about God, singing about God, constantly on that high, a wonderful way you are keeping the mind. Sometimes it is going down, it's okay. Again you are bringing it back. So that is called tapasya. And this tapasya, the wonderful it has been depicted in the story, the Samudra Mantana. Hindus always, they will give an ideology and they will give a story about it so that you can remember. Unfortunately, we have forgotten and we are taking that either literally. The Samudra Mantana. What is that Samudra? Where was that ocean? Samudra means the ocean. Where was that ocean? Mantana means churning. And how that was churned? It is, ocean is our mind. And constantly the bad and the good thoughts, it is going on, pulling me. The churning is going on. The more you go to the good, and it's called Devata, the more you go to that, Devata, your feet and the blessings, and slowly, constantly you are thinking about God, you are more pulling towards God. So obviously, sometimes mind going down, you are feeling egoistic, you are feeling jealous, you are feeling sad, all this. Again, you are pulling it up. No. That thought should not, I should not entertain those thoughts and pulling it up. You are pulling it up and getting all this. And that is, they are so happy. So the story goes, when they were doing like that, all beautiful things started coming from there, as if from the bottom of the ocean. It is only mind. The Hinduism means all this way, they will be giving symbolic way. Your mind is churning, and sometimes bad, sometimes good, going on, pulling. And the rope is called the swarpa, and that is the yoga. And when the good things are coming, we're all happy. And what is that? The last thing that is coming, the terrible thing, your ego. The ego is coming, and then the story in that it says, all the venom, the poison started coming. All people are going away. So Lord Shiva came, he drank that. In such a depicting, there's a beautiful way they depict it, as if, and in the movie and other places, we think it's truly the Shiva came and drank that. No, it is ego only. And you have to control. How? By yoga. The ego should be there. You cannot eradicate the ego. But the ego should be controlled. How? By not to destroy you, but to help you to go towards the God. That is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling. You cannot eradicate all those. Your karma, your desire, your krodha, your anger, all those things will be there. It is impossible to completely eradicate. Then what you can do? Turn it towards God. My desire is to realize God. My desire is to become the Brahman, realize the Brahman, the Atman. That is the ego. I am going to get that. If so many people have already done, I will also do. So that is the way you are turning. Friends, in many different ways this has been constantly saying that you have to withdraw the mind. And who is going to do that? You. Where from you will get it? From your own mind. How it is possible? Because it is already there. Because it is already there. Not that you are achieving something. It is already there. Then how come that we cannot understand that? Because we are deluded. As if so many layers of dust on that, so you cannot look at that mirror. Mirror is there. But you can't see the reflection. Why? So much of dust on it accumulated for lives after lives. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatmanitya binibritta kamaha. Be nibritta kama. The desires completely vanishes. Only one desire, I want to be liberated. Only one desire, I want to see my God, my Ishta Devata, my chosen idol. I like to see him sitting within my heart. I like to talk to him. I like to serve my God. That is the way they always think. They don't have anything else. Anyone. It doesn't need that you have to be a high caste, you have to learn Sanskrit or any other, you have to bathe in the Ganga or do this and nothing else. No food, no clothing, no language, no culture. Everything. So vanities of vanities, that Swami Vivekananda said. So all this is like that. Now your decision. What is that decision? I like to give it up and go back to the root, which is the source of all joy. And for that, what I should do? Jita Sanga Dosha, first attachment, all those things that I loved, I should give up. And Nirmana Moha, first I have understood the Moha has gone, and Adhyatma Nitya. Then what will happen? Dandvai vimukta. Somebody is praising, you are, oh, acha, wow, very good. You are talking about me? Good. Somebody is insulting you, oh, you are insulting me? Oh, good. So like that only. Not that we are stone, but at the same time, if your mind is prepared, you are not affected by those things. The dandai bimukta sukha dukkha sangaihi. In every places you will find the dandva, they will say, because the duality, the two, the happiness and the misery. And sometimes you are elated because some people are praising you, and sometimes you are dejected because some people are not. If you are in that, that means you have not made any progress. Sometimes it may react okay, but at the same time you have to give up. Look at the lives of the great saints like Swami Vivekananda, like Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, like the Lord Buddha, Jesus. Each and every one, there were a group of people who used to criticize them. There were a group of people who used to appreciate them. There were other jealous people who were also around. Oh, he is becoming popular, so he was a good person. He wanted to give the peace and happiness for all. But the other jealous, and they considered themselves also the spiritual aid. And they planned in such a way so that he should be punished. But things happen like this. It goes like that. The Lord Jesus' life, at the last, he understood that I am going to be betrayed by my own disciple, and they are going to torture me. But he was unperturbed. Okay, let it. My mission is over, so let it go. The same way we have to understand dandvai vimukta. No dandva. Dandva means duality. The happiness or misery, the cold, and sometimes people think that why Swami should feel cold. Because dandvai vimukta, this is not way that's explained. That it is mentally. Physical, completely different. Heart. This is natural because this body is also made of the 5 ingredients. Like anyone. The Jesus body, the Buddha's body, the Sri Ramakrishna's body, all were made of the same 5 things. And obviously, they will get the same result. Lord Sri Ramakrishna, he suffered in cancer for such a long time. But still, and mentally, he was so happy, so joyful. Why a holy person should have the physical. And now people, they are thinking a holy person means always very healthy. Wrong. It has nothing to do with that. Look at the trees. And sometimes they'll be living for 100 years. What is there? Is that alive? It is not the body. Please, friend, you have to understand this. That sometimes we always go for some miracle, or sannyasi is completely free from all diseases, sometimes these, that, nothing like that. Physical body means it will be like that. But you have to see the mind, the effect of that person. Is he a selfish person? Very strong, all these things, but is he selfish, egoistic? He is not a holy man. He is not a holy person. If he is constantly thinking about the name, fame, and very egoistic, oh, he may be a great speaker, great orator, but not a holy person. That's true. So this is the standard. The yardstick is nirvana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vrinivritta kamaihi dandvai vimukta sukha dukkha sangaihi gacchanta mudha padamabgayam tat. That he goes where? Gacchanti, he reaches where? Padam abhayam tat. Abhaya pada. He goes to that eternal, blissful condition that is called Brahman. Eternal, blissful condition. That is the goal. Padam. Padam means the goal. Abhayam, eternal. Tat, that. So that is the way we have to. Now, trying to give an idea of that particular position. What is this Brahman? No, no one can say. Why? Because it is subjective. You have to feel it. You have to realize it, not feeling, realizing. Feeling means in the mind. Mind is also temporary. Mind is also conditioned. The mind sometimes is deluded. Sometimes when a person comes and behaves like this and we think, oh, he is such a nice person, then afterwards we come to know it is completely different. The mind also sometimes deluded. It is not the mind, it is the self, which can never be deluded. It is always the pure condition. So, what is that condition? Then it says in the 6th verse of the 15th chapter, it says, Natvad abhyasate suryo na shashanka na pabakaha yad gatva na nibartante tadvama paramam mama. Sorry. That there even the sun cannot go. There shashanka, or there cannot be, the moon cannot go, and no illuminating capacity is there. That means you cannot see it. Through the sun we see everything in the night, and when there is a full moon night we can see many things in the night. So they are giving yad gatva na nibartante tad dhamma paramam mama. It says in this way, na tad vasayate suryo na shashanka na pabaka. Shashanka means the moon. Na pabaka, even the fire, it cannot do anything. The fire cannot show you anything, it cannot burn in that, or you cannot see. Now this is the idea, some hint they are giving. What is that supreme goal of the Hindus? Mukti. Where we can get that mukti or liberation? When you go back to the root. And what is this root? They call it Atman, call it Paramatman, sometimes call it Brahman. So that when we go, how can I look at it? Oh no, there is no sun, there is no moon, there is no fire, there is no light. It is your own self. You don't need the light to see it. You don't need anything extra, not even your own mind. It is only that your feeling will say, I am that. You are thinking, oh, I am realizing the Brahman. That is also wrong. Who are you? As long as the I is there, whether in the form of body, whether in the form of name, whether in the form of the mind, it just happened like that. And everything, mamai bamsha jiva loke jnani prakriti sthani karshati. Now suppose I am not that supreme being, I won't be able to realize that supreme being. I must have to have all the properties of the supreme being. Then only I can become supreme being, otherwise not. If I am not the son of the king, I can never become the king. Of course, another way. But because I am the son of the king, automatically after that, my father, I am going to sit on the throne. So that way it says, Mamai Bangsha Jiva Loke. He was telling you have to withdraw your mind. Give up all association with worldly things. What are the worldly things? 5. The Rupa, Rasa, Sabda, Sparsha and Gandha. It is a form, Rupa. Rasa, the taste. Shabda, the sound. Then touch. And like this, these 5, all our indriyas, the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, and the skin, that is all collecting information. Give up those things. And when you are withdrawing from there, because you have learnt it from the Guru, because you have learnt it from the Shastra, the scripture, and as we are learning now, so that is the practice. Slowly withdrawing. And how we are withdrawing, what we are going to do, how the mind will be restless. If you are not allowing me to go to see that, then what I will do? If you don't allow me to smell, if you don't allow me to touch, if you don't allow me to taste, then what I will do? Then you give the mind a better thing. What is that? That is the Paramatma. You are meditating on the consciousness. I am not this body, I am not this. And Shankaracharya, he has mentioned that. Mano buddhi ahamkara chittani naham. I am not this mind, I am not this buddhi, I am not this ego. Then I go like this again. And then I finally I understand, oh, I am this. Immediate revelation. And how it is possible? Because that is the original. And all these things that I am so and so, I am a male, I am a female, I am educated, I am uneducated, I am rich, I am poor, all these things you were thinking only. The moment you go to that original, then everything goes away. And this is the practice. Then the ultimate thing when it happens, as Swami Vivekananda said, that who has understood it, understood it. Boje pran boje ja. And the last there will be ami. That in his beautiful poem he wrote, there he is mentioning, ultimately is only one thing that floats on, that is me. Not the body, not the mind, but I am not the body. I am not this mind. I am not this ego. Like this it goes on. That I also goes away. Then what remains? That. Whatever is remaining, that is called consciousness, and that is the ultimate realization. And how it is possible? In the 7th sloka, the Lord is mentioning Momai Bam part. It is me only in a separate part. Otherwise, how they can? Because that's why I was telling the king. Suppose the king's son went out and then forgot to the road, couldn't come back. Then afterwards he found the road, he came back and he became, again he sat on the throne and he is the king. And when he went out, there were other people, they were torturing, they were protecting, they were... So many, in the movies we see, they're like this. Then we come back. Sometimes people, they forget and they go out and they can't remember actually the address of their house, can't say anything. The people sometimes will be torturing them, people sometimes will be helping them, and then maybe the government will take them to the home, and suddenly one day the flash came, oh, I am that. I belong to that family. Then you go to that and report, hey, I belong to that. Now I am remembering that. So immediately they will bring them, he is a rich man's the son and something, and immediately he becomes that. It's not the slowly when he comes back to the rich man, and slowly he will become his son. Not like that. Immediately he becomes the owner of that property. Similarly, when we are going and we are thinking, I am this body, I am this mind, the name, form, this, that, and then ultimately when the Guru comes and says, you must roar, so that the whole the jungle should, that they will say the lion has come. Roar like a lion. So there are so many ways they inspire people. Nirgacchati jagat jalam pinjari ribakeshari. In the Sanskrit, so inspiring. So those who are practicing, just break all the chains. Like a powerful, the lion, just break the chains and go away. Nirgacchati jagat jalam and rupa. Break that. And what remain, that is you. And how it is possible? Philosophically, he is giving the answer because the Lord is telling, they are me. Then how they were? Because they made the mistake. They were thinking the reflection is the original. So, Mamai Vangsha Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. A temporary thing become the eternal permanent? No, but it is already there. The Jiva Bhuta, having becoming a living soul, And Prakritisthani, abiding in the Prakriti, Manashasthani, with the mind of the sixth, Indriyani, Jiva Loki, in this world, Karshati, draws. The sixth one, all the five, Chakshu, Karna, Nashika, Jiva, talk, and the sixth one is the mind, the touch, and all the, we can say the skin. This five was there, and the mind. That dragged them out. Otherwise, he was always free. I knew this is the point we have to remember, and this is the vital point of the Vedanta. What is philosophy? They explaining. What is they explain? The relation between the created being and the creator. And sometimes they will say we are completely separate. Creator is big, creator is profound, creator is this and creator is that. So the explanation only. Vedanta goes to the perfect one. What is that? That the creator and the creation are the same. So why then we are deluded? Why can't we understand that? Called Maya, that deludes us. Who has created this magic? Again, that Supreme Being. He created himself this world and then created this magic, and then all these dramas are going on. Simply, the moment we understand that, we are free from all suffering. And that is called liberation. And the moment you understand that, we are not deluded again. When you understand that rope is not the snake, then again somebody will come and tell, hey, look at the snake. Then you will say, oh, I have understood. That is only a rope. I am not afraid anymore. That is eternally happy, blissful being. Only by mistake. Why the mistake? Because the Lord's, that five things He has created, all the indriyas and the mind, we have been attracted by mistake, attracted to the objects that the Lord has created. Now we have to go back. When we are going back, what will happen and how will happen, we will continue in our next class. Thank you. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudramaruta Stunnanti Divyai Stavai Upanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yastyantam Nabidu Surasuragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat.